Hey guys, Lumen02, currently drafting the cube. So this is our first pack, and guys, God, I hate to say it, like, by far the best card in this pack is Armageddon. Like, we could take Toxic Deluge. That's such Armageddon's a proactive plan. Toxic Deluge is a reactive plan, and you're supposed to speculate in cube. There's absolutely zero white signal outside of Kitchen Finks in this pack, which will likely wheel. Rabble Master is not enough of a sign for red. There's not a good combo card. There's Animate Dead, which is medium. It's a medium combo card in a medium combo deck, frankly. So, gosh, guys, I guess you could take Pentad Prism. Pentad Prism would be something you could take from this pack and probably be happy with in combo. I kind of want to do something different, but I really do think the right answer is Armageddon or Pentad Prism, and I think Armageddon is the highest upside card for the deck it goes in. I don't really want to start off drafting White Weenie. I can't do it. I got to start having stipulations on my drafts because I can't not take Armageddon here. All right, well, let's be a little more open-minded in this pack. There's not really a good White Weenie card. I mean, you could take Oblivion Ring and try to force it closed. Survival of the Fittest is a build around, but I'm really not a fan of the rock decks in this format. They're just too kind of fair and slow. I mean, we could wheel the Abrupt Decay, or we could just take Blood Crypt and stay open to any other opportunity. Gitaxian Probe is an okay-ish combo card, but it's not really the kind of okay-ish you want to bank on. You could take Burst Lightning as just good removal, and then if we end up in red deck wins, we end up in red deck wins. There was no good red deck wins card in the first pack that we sent, so someone who maybe tries to commit to it early may not stay in it. Jace Architect of Thought is just kind of it's not a hugely good Planeswalker. I'm not a huge fan of it. Mirari's Wake is just too expensive, and, well, there is probably a Storm deck that wants to play it. It's going to be the only white card probably in that deck. I think here it's between Burst Lightning and Blood Crypt. I think I'm going to take Burst Lightning because it can go in a very wide array of decks. All right, there's Mind Twist, which is very powerful. I don't like either of these Planeswalkers. Jace the Mind Sculptor is a bomb. And I'm kind of inclined to take Jace here, I think. I mean, there had to have been power in this pack, because Jace is quite good. There's Swords to Plowshares, but, if we end up going that direction, we can take white. Okay, well, there's a Venser, there's a Scalding Tarn, which is a card that I very much so like. Brainstorm, not as great. Red is open, so we could go into a blue-red shell. If we go into blue-red, I mean, is Venser or Scalding Tarn better? Probably the Scalding Tarn, so I'm going to take it here. Okay, well, our fetch land does pick up the Plateau, which makes Plateau a very decent pickup here. We could take Pestermite. We could take Azorius Signet. I think what I'm going to do is just take Plateau here and try to stay a little more open. Alright, Tamiyo is not hugely great. There is a Caracas, which I think is an okay-ish pickup. There's also Everflowing Shallows, which is okay. I mean, you're really only ever going to get one mana out of it at the investment of 2. There's Hell Rider, which is a good red deck wins card. I think here, I'm going to pick up the Caracas and just continue to kind of stay open in this draft. All right, there's a Tundra, which is a very strong card as well. So I'm going to pick it up. Scalding Tarn does get it again. There's a Geist of Saint Traft, which could go into a Jeskai Tempo deck. Portia Legionnaire is a decent-ish card. I think we are going to go into a Jeskai Tempo build. Or try to, at least. And maybe even in that we could play Geddon. I mean, Jace is not the best Tempo card. He's okay. There's Helix, which you could play in this deck. There's Kitchen Finks, which is just a medium creature card. I think I like taking the Helix here. Okay, there's Oblivion Ring. Terminus, which is decent with Jace. If we want to go into Control. Note we did not get any counter magic passed to us whatsoever. So someone did take counter magic out of these packs, or a couple people possibly did. Oblivion Ring's a good control card. Terminus is pretty good with Jace, and we may wheel the Brainstorm. I think I'm going to pick Terminus up and maybe go with more of a Jeskai mid-range deck as opposed to Tempo deck. Because I have Jace in my hand, or my deck, and Brainstorm is likely to wheel in this next pack. It may not. There was another good blue card in there, Venser. So one of the two may wheel, and someone may pick up Brainstorm just because it is blue, but like I have a Fetch Land, I have a Jace, I have a Terminus, and Brainstorm I think tends to go well with Fetch Land and Terminus at a minimum. Not as much with Jace, I mean it's the same effect, but if we go into more of a controlling version of this deck and we don't run the Geist of St. Traft, that may be fun. I'm going to say right now, like I do think I could have had either a pretty good red deck wins deck or a white weenie deck. Just looking at how the seat and how the wheels off that first pack and like how the packs kind of broke. But I don't really want to do that. I took Geddon because I actually do think it was the right pickup there. There was like I think the Pentad Prism was the only other pickup, and like I think Pentad Prism is not correct there. All right, well, the white card's all wheeled. There's a Scavenging Ooze. There's an Oath of Druid, which is a pretty cool card, but I don't think I'm going to do Oath in this draft. I could. Like, 4-color Oath with just, like, Jace and Planeswalkers and removal. I think I'm going to take Swords to Plowshares and just be an interactive deck. Same token, I like Grim Lavamancer quite a bit, and especially in interactive decks like this. I guess I could pick up Dauntless Bodyguard, because I may actually go the tempo route, but right now we have Terminus. Not that we need to go that route. All right, so the blue card started to dry up. These are all green, but green going last should be no surprise to anyone. It tends to be the weakest color in the cube. When it's paired with blue, it's fine, but yeah. All right, Treachery is a good one. I like Celestial Colonnade, I think, best in this pack, though. We may wheel one of the two blue cards. Probably not, though. We did not see a lot of blue wheel around. I also like the Spire Bluff Canal. But I think, so I have Plateau and Scalding Tarn and Tundra. I'm probably a little more red, but I think Celestial Colonnade is enough better than Spire Bluff Canal that I'm going to take it here. Yep. And we could wheel it. Our mana looks pretty sweet here, so that's at least good. All right, there's a Pearl, which is probably, well, there's a Pearl, and then there is a Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which I do not think will wheel. So I'm going to make a more interesting pick here. I think I'm actually going to take Teferi. The Pearl will not come around, obviously. However, I think, I'm only in pack 2. Ugh. Guys. Man. Because what do I wheel? Like, Recruiter of the Guard? Exarch? If I take Teferi, what do I wheel? Probably the same 2 cards. I'm going to take Pearl for this deck. I wanted Teferi for this deck quite a bit. I like it a lot for this deck. Okay, well, we could take the Tempo-ish card. We could take Is It Signet, which is just good, decent ramp for the control build. Or we could take Riftwing for the Tempo build. And I could really still see this deck going either way. But I think I'm going to take the Signet here and just continue to kind of stay open. I mean, I'm putting myself into more of a control build by doing this. Thing in the Ice. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this doesn't really work with it, though. Spells right now. Thing in the Ice is kind of like an interesting tempo or control card. Sword of Fire and Ice is not it. It's either that or like the Magma Jet to kill creatures. I think I'm going to take Magma Jet. Okay, I don't think this is a particularly difficult pick. I think it's Impulse here. Because I think we are going into more of a controlling build. What does Enlightened Tutor get us? We don't have Moat. Could take Palace Jailer because it's a very good tempo card. Actually, Palace Jailer could be correct here. Because if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a lot of ways of killing creature cards. I think I'm going to take Palace Jailer over Impulse, shockingly enough. Yeah. Nahiri is pretty good. It's a good control card and or combo card. It's actually like a 1-card combo card. Yeah, I'm going to take Nahiri here. She kills stuff. She can find us good cards. I think I'm going to take Inspiring Vantage here. I think having perfect mana is going to be really important. So Sphinx's Rev is really slow in this format. I think I'm going to pick up Strip Mine here over Sphinx's Rev. We don't really want to see Winter Orb. We have Terminus. Yeah. Okay, we have Mother of Runes, Avalanche Riders. Sweltering Suns is probably the correct pickup, but I'm going to sideboard it for now. All right, Recruiter of the Guard gets Geist of St. Traft and Palace Jailer. I kind of like it in this deck. And it's kind of a free card, right? So I don't mind casting Terminus over the top of it. Okie doke. Brimaz is fine. My mana is not bad. I mean, like I have good mana right now. I have seven lands, excepting the Strip Mine, which is kind of just like not fixing mana for anything here. I do think we'll play the Terminus. Note the Brainstorm did not come back, so we only have Jace to put it back into deck. I think this deck will be alright, though, to be honest. I mean, like, it kind of has the ability to go both ways. It's an aggro control deck. It's kind of what we're building. It's mid-range. It's more mid-range than it is aggro control, I would say. Because, I mean, obviously playing creatures is kind of a nombo with Terminus, or like a decent number of creatures, but we don't have to cast the Terminus. And we have the Jace to get rid of it. We have the Nahiri to discard it. We have Magma Jet to put it to the bottom if we don't want it. I've kind of convinced myself here. Now, I do like playing Wall of Omens more than a Danto Vanguard. I'm not that aggressive. Wall of Omens is a good card in this deck because, again, you don't mind if you Wrath over the top of it with Terminus because it does draw you an extra card. Kind of keeps you alive in the early game, and gives you just time. I think we would actually not mind finding like one massive monster, like an Eldrazi monster, we could use Nahiri with. We can get rid of it with Jace, We can Nahiri discard it. Enlightened Tutor, I think, is going to be the pickup here. Right now, I don't think I start it because it doesn't really find anything that great. Wildfire, moderately interesting. I mean, I guess if our last pack is like really artifact rich, all right, Banisher, sure, is really artifact rich, we could play it. This is not an exceedingly busted deck, but the mana's good. I think it's going to run. And I think it'll be kind of fun to play too. Like I kind of wanted to do something different, and I drafted a little differently this time. Drafted kind of in a more open posture, but I think sometimes that can actually almost be your downfall too. Alright, so there's some good Planeswalkers. Let's look at this. Restoration Angel may come around. Dragonlord Ajutai is fine. Crucible of Worlds is obviously a combo with Strip Mine, but I don't think it's the best of combos. I don't actually have a lot of counter magic. I like Wandering Fumarole to no small extent because it's kind of a free threat that gets around Wrath. If I take it, I'll probably wheel one of these cards up here, like Batterskull, Dragonlord, Elsbeth, Gideon Jura, Restoration Angel. I think I like taking the land here because I think having good mana just to be able to cast your stuff is better than taking one of the win conditions. I am a little short on playables right now, but I think that is going to be okay. I think I'll be okay with that. All right, well, here, I mean, I do see the Karn, I do see the Mana Crypt. I think the Mana Crypt is a pretty easy pickup here because I do have some good 4-drops. I do have a couple cards that require double-cost mana, but we don't have to cast the Crypt down immediately. We can just use it to get, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor down. And this is actually not a deck that needs to play control. It can actually play an aggro control game because it does have, like, Bramaz, Geist of Saint Traft, Palace Jailer. I guess it probably wants a few more ways to be aggressive because Crypt will eventually kill you. I also would not mind finding an answer to artifacts. I would probably play a Disenchant in this deck. I don't think it's horrible. I do think this is going to be a 16-land deck, oddly enough. Because the mana is so good, I don't think we need a high density of mana. We don't have a ton of card draw outside of Jace himself and then Palace Jailer at 4. But we do have a Crypt and a Pearl, and I think it tends to essentially be, if you play 16 lands with this deck, I think it'll tend to essentially play as an 18-land deck. Alright, well, what do we wheel out of this pack? Maybe Elsbeth Sun's Champion. I'm going to pick up Library. I think that's got to be picked up there. It's just too good a control card. Okie doke. So it's probably just Preordain here. I think I like it more than Needle Spires for this deck. I don't think I need another tapped land. Preordain's probably just fine. Day of Judgment may wheel. And I may sideboard into that. I don't know if I'll run the Terminus main. Preordain just finds you what you need. And I don't think we're going to be like generally an exceedingly fast deck. One of the issues this deck could have is, like, right now, I guess we have white. We have white to kill anything, and we have red damage that can either go to face or go to creatures. Or Planeswalkers, which is kind of cool. I wouldn't mind like a couple like flash threats. Like I actually would like to wheel the Restoration Angel. I think it's pretty decent with Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter is toughness, right? Not power. Toughness. So right now it finds Grim, Geist, and Palace Jailer. Does not find Bramaz or Wall. I don't think we're going to find a fatty for Nahiri, unfortunately. Nahiri Palace Jailer is still not half bad. It's a removal spell plus a card draw spell. I mean, it's not good on a board where you're behind, but it's okay. And this thing pluses really heavily, right? Yeah. It's +2 every time you up it. Strip Mine should probably be in there as well. We're probably running it. Okie doke. Well, we have Counterspell here, which I think is the correct answer. I do not think it's Coercive Portal. I think we just want more interaction for our deck. That's cool. That's our first and only Counterspell right now, but that's okay. We have what? Tundra, Scalding Tarn, Wandering Fumarole, Celestial Colonnade that I'll fix for it. Yeah. You know, it's double blue. I think it's still fine. I think this deck is going to probably have an easier time casting its spells. The only thing that worries me is like the multiple double requirements, like the double white and the double blue requirements. They're both very mana intensive. Red cards tend to be a little less mana intensive outside of like the card like Sweltering Suns is in our sideboard right now. Could play Sweltering Suns, just a cycling card. It's not horrible, but it's 3 to cycle, right? Yeah, it's a lot to cycle that thing. Big negative tempo sink. Okay, there is a moat here, which I do actually think is the pickup over Monastery Swiftspear. Swiftspear, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spells. Well, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's prowess. I keep on forgetting. I think this is more of a moat deck. And then maybe we look to cut the Terminus. I don't know. We'll see in a second here. All right, Spell Pierce is great. I like that a lot. Pick it up. So we are about 3 playables short right now. Well, I mean, we could play Enlightened Tutor at this point to find Moat if we wanted to. But I would like to pick up 3 more playables. The first pack, I think, is going to have one for us because there are just so many cards that I would play in this deck, like to include the Batterskull and the 2 Planeswalkers, the Ajutai, the Restoration Angel. I think they're all pretty good. Okay, Izzet Charm is probably the pickup here because it's a multimodal spell. I think it's better than Chain Lightning. Well, I think Chain Lightning is a good card. I think Izzet Charm just having the multi-modes. I can counter spells, I can loot, or I can, I guess it's rummage, and I can kill something. Seems pretty good to me. And I have a Signet that fixes perfectly for it. So, let's go 2 more cards that we want. Alright, so basically all of our cards except for Batterskull came back. What do I think is the best for us in this deck? I think I'm partial to Dragonlord Ajutai here. Because it gets over our moat, as is Restoration Angel, but it also draws us more cards. Crucible is pretty powerful too. We have only 2 things that it really works with though, to include the Scalding Tarn and the Strip Mine. And I think Strip Mine locking people is kind of weak. I'm going to pick up Palancron, because if we end up really playable light, I'm not going to play Shrine of Burning Rage, but if we end up really playable light, we could play Palancron as a threat. It's not a horrendous threat, I mean, because it flies over moat. That's kind of one of the things I'm thinking. And it also untaps our mana. Okay, I think she's playable. What does she do? She's not horrible. I could play her. She flies. She makes things big. Day of Judgment seems pretty good. I think I'm going to cut Terminus and play Day. Yeah, sure, we'll cut him. Oh, Breeding Pool, why are you going so late? Folks have finally given up on Red. Sorry, Red. She's a 4/5 attacker, right? Yeah. Alright, so we're at 32. Let's add basics. 4. Yes. 2. Yes. 2. Yes. This makes me a 17-land deck with a Strip Mine, though. So I know I'm going against my what I said there. With 2 other mana sources. I think this deck's okay. Like, it doesn't really have a great top end, but it's got a little bit of everything going on. Now, Day of Judgment with Moat may be speculative. Maybe we'd rather just cut Day of Judgment and play, where are you at? Enlightened Tutor for Moat. It gives us 2 copies of Moat. So we have a lot of point removal, right? And our top end of Aurelia and Dragon Lord both fly. I don't think I mind that. I wish I had like one Oblivion Ring for this thing, though. I mean, yeah. I have a lot of burn. I have swords for a flyer. Moat seems okay. I don't really want to go down a card on a Lightning Tutor, though. Maybe I just play a Day of Judgment as well. Yeah, I think I'm just going to save this as is. I think we're going to play this, guys. I think this deck looks decent. So 1, 2, 3... Actually, can we cut one Plains and play one more Blue Source? Because for the early games, I don't really need white mana early, and I already have Mox Pearl. Let's count Blue Sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like one more island, just in case we have like Preordain and we need to get it off early. And Counterspell's also in the deck, so I think we can cut one white source. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white sources. And then how many red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But no double red requirements. Yeah. Okay. I think I like this. Well, I don't know if it's not the best deck. I know that for a fact, but I think it will be able to play some games. I mean, against like green decks, it's going to be good. I think against like the aggressive decks of the format, it's not horrible. The only issue it's going to run into against like red deck wins is like White Weenie. I think will be a good matchup. But red deck wins, like, they do have some reach, and there's not a lot of counter magic in here or ways to gain tons of life. I mean, I like this hand. I'm going to keep it. And honestly, like, as risky as it seems, I think I made... Well, do I just jam the Wall of Omens? I think, honestly, I do. I think I take the risk here, because the upside to getting one card deeper in my deck, despite possibly taking Lightning Bolt damage next turn, is pretty good, because if I get into a walker of some sort, that could be really good, or if I hit like land a Jutai, that's really good. Mana Crypt not at its best here, but I also have the Helix in hand, so it may not be as bad. Alright, lost. Alrighty, I think we're just going to leave up Helix and say go, and probably kill whatever threat they play first. And then hope to draw into a Nahiri, probably next turn. They're going to kill my wall? Alright, they're going to Entomb. Okay, well, now I'm a little depressed that I'm probably not going to be able to stop this with Counterspell, which stinks. Alright, so Gristle Barando. That is unfortunate. Can you do it this turn? Okie dokie, got it. Cannot stop that. Now, if I draw Nahiri, I can just exile this thing, right? Well, Moat is not doing it, so... Huh. Alright, here's what we gotta do. We gotta loot with the Izzet Charm. We have to either counter with Izzet Charm or loot. We really gotta loot with Izzet Charm and see if we can find land Jays here. I think that's the only way we get out of this. This is a pretty fast start. I mean, that is the best start from Reanimators, Entomb into Reanimate, turn 2. So, you know, getting beat by it doesn't really feel bad to me. It's going to be hard to beat without Force of Will or, like, Daze or Spell Pierce, which is in my deck, regardless. So I don't feel too horrible about losing to it, but, you know, we could have possibly played better around it. But you can't really know that someone's on that. I think it's very tough. We do loot here to see if we can find Swords to Plowshares, I think. Let's draw 2, discard 2. Okay. Moat does not seem relevant to me. And actually, at this point, neither does Counterspell. Alright, you got me. We were looking for Swords to Plowshares there. We did not hit it. Unfortunately. So they could draw and then discard a bunch of cards here and probably reanimate again on the following turn. But they don't appear to be like they don't appear to be a combo control shell. They appear to be just a combo shell because they're not playing blue mana, which they could have discard in their deck, which is obviously pretty good for them. But Oh, Nahiri be another good top deck. Actually, well, shit. If I had another red mana, there's an argument to magma jetting them on my upkeep to try to draw into a walker. There may be anyways just to path to exile this thing. Okay. Yeah, Pack Rat's fine. I mean, the way I deal with this board state... Actually, wait. I have Wrath of God in my deck. Natural Order. Alright, so they're a 3-color combo deck that had the kind of the nut draw. That's alright. I think the way I deal with this, I think I do Magma Jet the pack... well, fuck. I really need to leave up Helix, though, right? Because Helix... I can't Helix because then I cannot draw my Day of Judgment. I think I have to draw to Day of Judgment and or Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares is probably my best win con. Alright, I lost the flip. Does this change how this needs to play out? No, I think I go to face with this, though, and I'm looking for Wrath of God. Alright, do I hit it? Nope, I hit a Strip Mine. I am dead. I was going for the high upside play there. I could have played Oriella and just live for another turn, but then they can draw 7 more cards. So I'm just gonna go back to the sideboarding here. Moat seems pretty bad. Most of their beefy dudes seem like they had flying. I think I actually don't mind Banisher Priest. I don't think it's terrible here. I think it's better than Moat. And I think we just say, yep, let's go again. Unfortunate way to lose to Entomb Reanimate on turn 2, but that is a combo, and on the play, if you can do that, generally speaking, you're going to avoid most counter magic. Maybe we'll get lucky this time, though, and have the Spell Pierce in our opener, and if they have it again, we could blow them out pretty hard. Because I think that whole game probably goes vastly different if they do not have it. It could have also been a misplay on our part to play the Crypt out on turn 1. And reason being is by playing the Crypt down on turn 1, we forewent the ability on no later than turn 3 to be able to counter if we drew into counter magic. That's kind of post-hoc thinking, and I only have 2 in my deck. I'm going to keep this, but very reluctantly. This hand cannot cast its spells, but it does have a Loa in it, and I will be able to draw with Loa next turn. Yes. So, obviously on the play, Loa is a little bit worse than on the draw. Alright, go. And I cannot do anything this turn. So if they have like Black Lotus, Reanimate, and Tomb, we're in a lot of trouble. Then we have to pretty specifically draw into in our next 2 draw steps the Swords to Plowshares, which is miserable. All right, well, this could be happening. This is Vintage Cube, of course. Alrighty. Okie doke. Oh, nope, gotta wait. Draw. I mean, if they have it, they have it. I don't think I hesitate here. I think I just burst lightning this little fella. They don't do anything. Alright, cool. Oops. Okie doke. All right, Bramaz, go. They can kill Bramaz. He's kind of irrelevant. He's a dude that just wins the game. That's all he is here. I mean, I could have waited until I had Caracas so I could save my Bramaz from removal, but I have Aurelia as well, and I'd rather them just, waste their cards in hand. They don't have the fast start, so I think if they're playing a mid-range game plan, we're going to tend to be all right. Okay, recurring a Nightmare. Okay, cool. Well, you don't have a discard outlet, my man. All right. Gonna kill Bramaz. That's cool. Killing Bramaz is fine by me. Yes, I could have played out Caracas and protected it, but I think it's important to get blue mana out here. Because now if I draw into a counterspell, I can just win. Or I can just basically lock the game up. I don't think I need to show Caracas yet. Is there a reason that I would want to... I think I'm going to play this out tapped and then just attack. I don't need to attack. I can attack with Celestial Colonnade next turn to life them quickly. But I don't think I need to do anything else this turn. I mean, I could play out Aurelia, but it wouldn't make sense to because I have Caracas in hand. I can protect her, and I can just draw a card on their turn and see if I get lucky and hit one of my 2 counterspells. I do not, but I have a bunch of burn too. And the burn can go upstairs here. And they don't know that I don't have a counterspell. I have a lot of cards in hand, so, that has to be somewhat threatening. Okay. I'm not really scared of channel because I have burn here, so if they go too low to cast something here, they could be in significant trouble. Alright, Gristle, a brand. Okay. Well, my guess would be they're not going to recurring Nightmare that into an Unis Prowler. I'll just spend this card here. Oops. I think it's actually better. Just make sure this option's correct. I think it's better just to banish or priest this, or we can show them Swords to Plowshares. I don't want to show them my 1 mana answers to this dude, so I'm going to banish or priest it, and if they have like a Force of Will, well, I guess I can't have a Force of Will. Alright, cool. I'd rather them know I have a 3 mana answer to that dude, as opposed to either Caracas or Swords to Plowshares, because it's a lot easier to play around a 3 mana card than it is a free land card that's uncounterable and a Swords to Plowshares, right? So, I don't think our matchup is horrendous against them. As long as they don't have the nut draw again. The problem with this deck is it just doesn't really have a nut draw. It's playing fair magic, right? And unfortunately, its interaction does not interact well with really, really huge things unless... I mean, it has a few specific pieces, but it needs a little time to get to them. And if Gristlebrand basically resolves, you tend to lose games if they're not at a very low life total. That's why the hope kind of there was that they just, they go ahead and, cast Channel for, all the mana, and then we could just, bolt them and win. Alright, this hand is keepable. Yep, this is a keeper. Library go. And hope they don't have Entomb into Reanimate. That would suck. Alright, looks like they probably do, unless they're fetching for a Shockland. Okay, that's a lot better for us. Pack Rat turn 2. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll get rid of Day of Judgment here. I don't like getting rid of Counterspell there. I actually shouldn't have 6. I am in a library on their turn. My hope is they actually do something proactive so I can spend Burst Lightning next turn. I would like to trade my cards for their cards. I don't think they can actually go completely ham. Well, here's the risk with this. If they have channel and they have like an Ugin or something, we could just lose the game here. And I did take the turn off to cast or to play out Celestial Colonnade, so that I could get Spell Pierce up. But if they just have the channel, we could lose right here. That is a risk we are taking. Now, if they don't have like a colorless payoff, then maybe not. And if it is a colorless card, we hope it's just like not Ugin. Okay, well, they drew, so the chances go up pretty highly that they do have channel in hand. All right. Not channel, one time. That is fine. All right. I think here we're going to go to discard. We're going to discard the Mana Crypt. I think we're going to play a slow game here with just Library. Because I would really rather not. I don't think I would have pierced that regardless. That could be wrong too. I'm going to just discard this. Because they're going to probably try to cast out... probably try to cast out a... gosh, can't think right now. Recurring Nightmare here. Which, if they don't have the land drop, means that we could Spell Pierce it. And if they do, then we could just Swords to Plowshares the Emrakul, and then they're down to 7. But they're already at a pretty full grip with a Sylvan in play. So I can't say that worries me that much. The other option I had is I could have Nahiri'd and then plussed. Or Nahiri'd and blown up Sylvan Library. But they're going to a pretty low life total. So if they do... Well, let's draw first. Get Spell Pierce, my friend. Well, I think it is correct to leave up Counterspell here and just say go. Jace really isn't doing us any favors, and we could possibly burn them out this game. I mean, they're at a virtual 7 if we want to tap out for the Burst Lightning. And maybe at this point it would have been better to get rid of Nahiri or Jace, but I think the Nahiri and Jace are like the ways we win the game. I mean, Mana Crypt does get us there faster, but I don't know. We could be being too passive with this. Alright, it's an Inferno Titan. I'm going to draw here. I think I'm going to say okay to this. Alright. Okay, this and go. Can draw more aggressively with Sylvan if they'd like. Okay, they go ahead and draw again. That makes sense to me. I like that after I Swords to Plowshares their dude. Okay. Let's draw here. Okay. Okay, drawn down. They should attack the Nahiri with both of these. I think it is foolish to split it. Okay, I like that attack. That is a good attack. They may just pass it. I don't like this. I think this is greedy. It's going to work. It's going to work out here, but it's very greedy, I think. Recurring Nightmare is not happening. Gristlebrand may be happening this turn, but Recurring Nightmare, this thing... Yeah, okay. They are defenders, right? Alrighty, and go, my friend. The risk we do run with this is if they draw a discard card, we could just lose to that. Yeah, okay. Okay. The wolf cannot get through. I'm going to play this out. Kill this gentleman. And say go. Alright, did they finally use ready to kill my wall? Maybe. That is fine. Okay. Gonna shuffle here off of the fetch land, I think. So let's draw some cards. I don't think Strip Mine is that relevant. I don't think I need the planes. Well, let's just see what happens here. Because they could minus their Duretti. What does this thing do when it gets plus or when it goes ultimate? Nothing really that cool. I mean, I got smokestack. You could build a bunch of smokestacks up. Okay. Okay. Alright, get killed. Alright. I guess I could sack the Duretti and make a bunch of smokestack counters. Or smokestacks themselves. I don't know how good that is, though. It doesn't do anything on my next turn. Plus they lose their Duretti. I could go for that. Okay. I still do have Terminus in deck, right? I do. So I don't think I need to counterspell this gentleman. Okay, or do I want to? No, because Reanimate's still worse for me, I think. Okay. Alright, I need to auto-yield to this. Alright, so we're going to look here. Alright. So I don't want the two lands on top of my deck, right? So I have to stack this correctly. Yep. Always yield. Oh, they're putting permanents on it first? That's bad for them. They got to sack their ground guys. Yeah, they did this backwards. So they got to sacrifice their constructs now. Okie doke. We cannot keep the Jace alive, right? So we just take all at Jace. Yep, that's fine. Because the Recruiter's a good sack target for next turn. Yep, that takes. That'll get countered. They want to reanimate the. All right, yep. We figured this is what they had. But now we have Caracas still in hand. They don't know about this, so they can sack the Wolf or something like that and get back the. The Master of the Gristlebrand. I mean, I don't know which is better here. So. All right, they get back the Brando. Son of a gun. Turn off auto yields. Yeah, guys, I misplayed this. This is really miserable. So I needed to do this. I needed to... do this. Return this gentleman. Play this lass out. Play this gentleman out. And say go, I think. Sure. Well, hopefully they do this in reverse again and put counters on all their smokestacks. They still know we have Palace Jailer in hand. Alright, so they did it right this time. So they're just going to sack one thing each. What are they going to be, lands? They're kind of running low on landage here. They gotta leave their creature if they want to do recurring nightmare shenanigans. Okay. Or they could just sack the stacks themselves and try to outvalue me. I could reanimate the Una's Prowler, but obviously Caracas is still an issue. So what do you sack? Alright, they get rid of one of the stacks at least. Maybe they'd rather play, okay, that thing. Forest, okay. Do they put a second one on there? It's got 2. That's got 2, okay. Okay, Recurring Nightmare, recursing back what? I can only do it twice here. So probably what? They could get back that, okay, and get a 2/2. That is cool. Okay, Recurring Nightmare. Getting back a what? You can get back Master of the Wild Hunt. I think that would be okay-ish. Okay. Alright, they have the last land, so they're going to get back, I assume with the Wolf, the Hunt Master. They don't want to leave the Master of the Wild Hunt out because they'll just exile it. Okay. Okay, can I do anything right now? No. Well, actually, that's not accurate. So, if I want to pay 4, I can activate the Celestial Colonnade, right? I'm losing 4 permanents here, but I'm sorry. Yep. Yeah. I think I actually like this. So, yup. Well, actually, let's just do this. Okay, fumarole. The only unfortunate thing here is, I mean, do we really need Lavamancer down? No, probably not. That's not the block we're gonna make, though. We're gonna kill the wolf off. Yeah. Okay. This is going bye-bye. This is getting played. And go. Now, they have to, at a minimum, sack 4 permanents, right? Which is a lot. It's not insignificant. And they could make me sack 6 next turn, but I have 6 lands, and I have pretty close to lethal in air. Yeah. And they have a Grim Lavamancer to remove a blocker. Alright, they're just done. Yep. Alright, that was a pretty cool game. So it was like Reanimator stacks Jund. I kind of liked their deck. It was pretty cool. It was very creative. I've not played against Smokestack. And actually, I'll be honest, I think I probably could have played that game better. I think I probably actually should have dealt with Duretti. I didn't really realize that Duretti was... I've never really looked at what Duretti's ultimate is. I've never considered it. I've just normally used his grindy, like, interactive plus and minus ability. So, I don't know if I played that accurately, or correctly, rather. I probably could have dealt with Duretti a little better and then not had to deal with Smokestack. Because I think in the long game I was winning either way, but I don't know. This hand's not great, but it's not horrible either. I think I keep this, but it just really depends on what I'm playing against. Like, if it's mid-range, it's fine. If it's combo, it doesn't really do a lot, because it doesn't have a great aggro start. It doesn't really have a good control. Maybe this is a hand I should have tossed back, but it has this mana. This deck's just not that good, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this deck's that great, but I tried to draft something a little more fun this time, and, kind of wiffle-waffled and stayed open, as opposed to trying to, like, corner a strategy. Alright, so... Alright, well, we're just going to go Wandering Fumarole because I don't have anything else to do on turn 1, so playing a tap land now seems to make sense. I do hope I draw a burn spell for what is likely their Rofellos on turn 2. Rofellos turn 2 is always the play that, I think you need to tend to worry about. Now, if it's just blue-red mid-range and, like, it's this thing, that's fine, I think. That puts him to 5 next turn, right? I'm going to play my white land out, even though I don't really want it to get blown up, and then I'm going to play this and say go. And then next turn, I guess we're playing Recruiter of the Guard, and we're looking for what? Grim Lavamancer? Maybe? We really want another white land, because if I can go white land into Orella, or Palace Jailer, it seems pretty good to get rid of one of their mana dorks. I would really like if they didn't do anything too big, and I got to Palace Jailer them next turn. That would feel pretty good. Alright, this guy... Well, crazy enough, I think I do Palace Jailer here. I'll block the... Well, I guess if they blow up my Palace Jailer, they steal the Monarchy. But I am going to cast an Orella or a Dragonlord Ajutai next turn. I mean, if they have Burn, they just kill this dude and then attack me and steal the Monarchy back and then get back Huntmaster, which is kind of bad. Maybe I should have taken Wolf. Yeah, maybe I should have taken Wolf there. That was actually probably more correct. Yeah, that was kind of bad. That was bad on my part. I should have thought of that. All right, go ahead. Now if they have like a dragon or like an Inferno Titan could be cast this turn if they have another mountain. Yeah. Well, we have Wrath of God in our deck. We can get back. We've got a lot of creatures, you know, despite not really being a hugely creature-based deck. All right, well, Lotus Petal is spooky. Because, oh, black. Okay. It's like a Terminate? All right. Well, you steal the Monarchy, dude. Cool. Yep, got me. All right, you got your dude back to... And we're going to hope they don't have more removal. So Dreadbore was it. Okay, anything else? I don't think you play more creatures out right now, because if I am a Wrath deck, you just get kind of owned here. I mean, you get to draw cards, but... Alright, they're going to play more dudes out. If it's a Planeswalker, it's probably fine, like a Rook. Alright, it's a 5-drop, it's like a Whisperwood Elemental. Alright. Oh, Cryptic Command, okay. Or this thing, Primal Command. Well, I guess I'm playing Aurella. Alright, go ahead. BBE? Okay, no removal, no removal. One time, no removal. Alright, cool. Mox is cool. I don't care about that. That's a good miss for us. Okay, send them. Alright, don't send the Huntmaster. Okay, just send the tokens. Don't send anyone. No one, okay. All right, send everyone. All right. Value block, yes. Okay. Woo! Get in there, you. Swords of Plowshare is pretty good pickup if I'm not dead this turn. Okay, Faithless Looting, cool. I would like to draw an untapped white source. Alright, Blood Crypt, damage. Alright, something big's coming. Are they going to unleash this Raging Ravine that I will block aggressively? Okay. That is getting blocked by a Jutai. I'm sure they know this. Yeah, sure. This dude... I'm going to leave up both Burst and Swords to Plowshares here. Geist is fine. Alright, on you. Yeah, both Burst and Swords are up. Okay. Don't be Emrakul. Alright, it is indeed Emrakul. Gotta block it, guys, unfortunately. Pretty savage way to lose. Emrakul through the breach is a pretty big beating. The combo looks pretty bad in their deck. They're just playing, again, a fair mid-range deck that has a random combo in it. But I don't think we can beat it. So can we draw removal is the question. All right, we can draw that. All right, this go. Yes, sir. Yep, got it. This. Go. Yep, I'll take it. Okay. Come on, nothing. For once. Alright, Sweltering Sun's cool. I think here we have to leave up the Lightning Helix and hope that they just miss. Alright, well now we can Helix plus that, right? Maybe. Alrighty. Alright, nope. Pay 2 more. Okay. Nope. Alright, can we get there? Did I tap wrong for this? Probably not. No, it's fine. Now I just need to live through this turn and draw counterspell, or have counterspell up, but we'll see. They have BBE in their deck, which is also bad for us. Just play like a big dumb thing out. Alright, land. What do we got? Through the breach again? Hopefully not. Because I cannot kill without burn next turn, is that correct? Alright, they don't have burn? They have nothing. Maybe. I mean, we're missing their attack steps, so that's awesome for us. Alright, just play land here. I don't need to really do anything else. They have a flash creature. I think they wanted to cast it last turn. I still have islands in my deck, right? Yep. Alright, attack. I'm not in a rush with counterspell in my hand, I don't think, but I could be very wrong. They have a lot of cards in hand. They're going to have up to 5 next turn. They can just kill the Angel here, and then block, and then buy another turn. Alright, they're going to block, and then probably what? Kill Angel? Okay. Alright, go ahead. Alright, well there's one island. I probably should have fetched beforehand. His old ghost going to get there. It's probably very rare that you see someone live through the breach Emrakul. I may be doing it. We'll see. I've done it before. It is not common, though. Wow. Alright. Alright, so through the breach and Emrakul are in deck. That is enlightening, to say the least. Moat stops a lot of their nonsense. Day is marginal. I just really want counter magic against that, huh? I guess I could put in Terminus and try to like set it up with Jace and then draw into it with Sylvan Library on their turn. Try to get rid of the Emrakul. No. I think I'm just rejamming, guys. I don't think there's really a better way to do this. I could play Sweltering Suns, but I already have Wrath and Moat. Like, I mean, and there are some non-bows with Moat in my deck, like, actively. But my two, like, biggest win cons are like Aurella and Dragonlord Ajutai, and then like my Walkers and Palace Jailers for card advantage. But I don't know. Jeskai, bad control. This hand's actually pretty good. I'm going to keep this. And I'm sorry, I'm assuming your name means caffeine. I'm kind of hoping you mull into oblivion because, I mean, I won't lie. I'm like every other dirtbag. I want to win easy games of Magic, not hard ones, right? Okay, so I think what we do here, I mean, do we need to keep Pearl in hand? Is there a benefit to it? Yes, there is, because if we do draw the... I'm going to play this land. I know it does not play around Wasteland very well, but it's not likely they have something they can do on turn 2. Alright, that is fine. If I draw into Library here, it'd be very nice. Now I don't care about Library. I'm just going to go ahead and burn this thing off with Lightning Helix to slow them down some, I think. They did mull to 6, so killing their Mana Dork could put them back on land. Alright, Mox Pearl, yep. I still have the Pierce to deal with like any non-creature spell, and then I've got Swords to deal with like a good creature that I may want to kill. But I don't want them to cast their 4-drop next turn, and I would like to cast Aurella before they cast their dude. Not that she's like great, but she's a threat. She kills pretty quick. So white red, Helix go. And maybe that's hasty, Maybe I just want to leave up Pierce. But if they're like 2 lands and they're playing like just another mana dork out, like that silly mana ramp they had before. All right, Faithless Looting. Do I want to counter this? Honestly, guys, I think I do. I think they missed land. I'm taking this as a read. They missed land. I'm reading it as a sign of weakness. I'm going to actually counter. All right, they did not miss land, so they played that well. I did not play around them possibly not having missed land. Do I draw into cards here, or I just push their hand? I think I push the limits of their hand and tell them, hey, have removal in that 3-card hand as well. They can recast Faithless Looting next turn, but this is at least a clock. Yeah, these abilities annoy me because it does not have haste, so it's like it doesn't do anything. Is this still the end of the next turn? I should probably read this card better. This is going to be Faithless Looting again, yeah. And this is fine. I did it as a tempo play. Their hand is going to get better, but I can draw another card off of Wall next turn. I probably use the red and the white mana. My guess would be off of Mox and Mountain. All right. Or I'm just going to do that. They're short on mana unless they have Petal in hand as well to Through the Breach me, so I'm just going to get after them, I think, here. And this is a pretty big clock, right? And if I get to hit with a Jutai next turn, because I'm going to plus the Aurella, because I'd like to do 4 damage at a minimum. If they have like a removal spell, they could probably use it on a Jutai. Now, if they have Dreadbore again, they're just killing my Aurella, right? Which seems okay. I mean, it's a 4/5, really, is what it is. So if they have Dreadbore, they probably want to just kill Aurella here. And I'm kind of happy if they're doing that, because like that means they're not really progressing their primary game plan. And I think what they're doing is far more spooky than what I'm doing. I'm playing an incremental game of Magic here, and they're trying to like win through a combo that is pretty backbreaking. I mean, although here I could just keep the Dragonlord as Jutai if they hit me with Emrakul and possibly stay alive. They're at 15 too. I mean, if this hits, it's 9 damage. It's a lot. They showed us Dreadbore. We have not seen Terminate, but that's obviously very castable off their very fixed mana right now, which would kind of stink, but I think you do it anyways. I think before I even attack, I don't know. It's close. Like, do you cast Wall first if you don't have Counterspell? Because we do only have one more Counterspell in our deck to stop the silly Through the Breach. They don't know that, but we definitely know that, which, is a consideration. Alright, they're going to channel. They're going to channel into Emrakul? They can channel at 1 life into Emrakul, but then they don't win the game unless they have Bolt. So they can go to 1 life here and channel for Emrakul, but that still leaves me with a threat, right? Alright. And I'm at 23. So they would need to have multiple bolts, because they can't really turn the Emrakul sideways. So I don't think that matters, unless they have, like, Ugin. Ugin would be really bad. Like, Ugin would probably just lose the game. I'd probably just be like, alright, I'm dead. Alright. Yep, what are you casting? You have one red mana. It could be Fireball doesn't work either. They don't have enough mana. What do you got? Alright. Okie doke. Through the breach. Oh, through the breach, Emrakul. Okay. Well, that's pretty miserable, but what can you do? So it's a through the breached Emrakul. Alright. Kind of stinks. I'm going to take 15 here. And just sack all of my non-Dragon Lord Jutai permanents, and then try to draw land off of Jutai, and then probably play out Wall of Blossoms. I don't know. Alright, through the breach. Cool. Yep, you got it. You have got it, my friend. Emrakul? If it's not Emrakul, I think I'm just winning. I don't think there's a good play they can make without Emrakul, so it's got to be Emrakul, right? Okay. I mean, even Emrakul, I don't think per se wins you this, right? So you're still on 2 cards in hand, so you're kind of at the mercy of your top deck. And I'm... Oh, Ulamog. Okay. Alright. Actually, I probably save that, don't I? Nope, I'll take. Yeah, I was going to say, if I find Bolt, I just win. So, not Bolt, but if I find, like, if I draw land and find Bolt, so they're just done. Wow, okay. Alright. So they were pretty big on the channel. I hate channel in the Cube, guys. I'm just going to tell you right now, I've won with it in Cube. I am not a fan of the kind of games it makes. Because, like, right there, like, what are they going to do, right? Because, I mean, they're already at a low enough life total where they can't realistically, like, channel an Emrakul, and I'm at a high enough life total where it's not going to matter. And it kind of just turned into a non-game, because, like, they obviously kept a 6-card hand that was going for the combo pretty heavily. We slowed them down by turn. And you know, in retrospect, I don't know. It's hard to tell, because the game would have gone another turn, I think, if I had not countered that there. Huh. Yes, a keep. Turn 1, Wandering Fumarole. Question is, do they have Thoughtseize on turn 1? I'm just going to play this and hope they do not have turn 1 discard. I mean, if they do, I guess they could still get the Geist anyways, and then I'm just playing Wall. Alright, land. Alright, well, I like seeing black-red lands, because that tends to mean incremental deck. Alright. Blue, Geist, go. Geist turn 2 may be good enough. I don't know. I mean, they could just have, like, Ritual Liliana. Alright, Crypt, or Vault, rather. We're going to strike in there. Deal 6. Now, I think what the play here is, we want to find Counterspell, right? Because we have a lead right now, and if we can counter whatever they do on the Mana Vault, we can win. So I think what the line here is, and Spell Pierce should be welcome, but I think what we do here is we Wall of Omens first to draw a card, and then if we hit Counterspell, we just play Tundra and say go. And if we don't hit Counterspell or Spell Pierce, no, if we hit Spell Pierce, we still cast the Preordain. I like that. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to Wall of Omens here. Okie doke. Then we're going to Preordain. Oh, we're close. Alright, your go, my friend. And if they have nothing to do this turn, they're in a lot of trouble, but that is generally the case. I left Counterspell on top, because if they have, like, Mind Twist off of the Mana Vault, I don't really want to have it lost. I don't want to lose it. My guess would be they're going to do something proactive with Mana Vault, though. Suppose there's another argument to leaving the Helix on top to make the clock faster at 7-7. No, or 6-6. Yeah. Actually, that could be more accurate. I don't know, though. I mean, having a Counterspell is pretty much the same as buying. It's essentially the same as a Time Walk in this kind of board state. Because, like, I do have the threat down, and the threat is kind of like, have an answer to this or lose. So if it's like Mind Twist, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If it's like, what's it called? Oh, there's passing. All right, I like that a lot. Because I don't need to do anything at instant speed here. I'm certainly not firing up my critter. They can't fire up their land yet to block, and if they could, I could just burn it off. I'll just, fetch and find just a mountain, and then burn it off. So take 6. All right. And Day of Judgment's obviously actively bad. This is where Day of Judgment's a non-bow with my deck. Like, I have, like, a card I really don't want a Day of Judgment over the top of on my board. All right, cool. Thirst is fine. Now, I mean, what could be really bad for us is if they just like reanimate. But I have 5 damage and burn in hand, and getting them down to 8 is pretty low. And if they like legitimately reanimate, I could just burn them out. All right, they put a Blightsteel and something else, right? Yeah, it had to have been Blightsteel because it was not 2 cards that went in there. Oh wait, no, they just discarded that. All right, so they got some value off that. Another thing is the Mana Vault, if it ever gets tapped and can't be untapped relatively soon, is also going to be doing some damage to them, which is not bad for us. All right, what do we got, man? What have we got? You can go ahead and play a big dude out. Is there anything that's uncounterable that I care about right now? Not that I can think of. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to counter this because I don't know what else they can do. They already played their land for the turn. I guess I can just actually get this. I am going to take a look at my top deck. I'm just going to tap this in case they have Force of Will. I'm going to do this one right here. I'm going to top him. I'm going to top her to blow up Vault in case this does not work. Because Counterspell is not going to get dazed here, but it could get forced. And if it gets forced, then I'd rather have Nahiri to blow up their Mana Vault to make their next turn weaker. Okay, yeah, they don't have Force. That was kind of a Force of Will check. Like, hey, you got it. If you don't, we're having a bad day here. All right, so they are an artifact-based deck. The unfortunate truth is I don't really have a ton against that. What can we do against a Resolve Blightsteel? We can Moat it. We can Palace Jailer it. We can hope to Spell Pierce or Counterspell the Tinker, because I do think they have Tinker in this deck. We could play Banisher Priest. I guess I don't know that they have Tinker yet, but it seems very likely. Day of Judgment's not good against that plan, is it? Maybe I cut Day here and play Banisher. I think I like that better, because Day just does not seem like it's going to be good in this match. They didn't play any dudes. They're at 41, so the 41 special. I mean, again, this hand seems fine. I mean, it can either go turn 3 Geist, or it can go turn 2... Well, it's going to go turn 2 Signet either way. There's a keeper. Go ahead, my friend. All right, discard our Imperial Seal. Okie doke. Well, Spell Pierce off the top, please, because they're probably getting a spell. I mean, if we're really lucky, maybe they're just getting a Pack Rat or something, and maybe they're like Artifact Reanimator. But Imperial Seal is a spooky one to see on turn 1. That is the exactly right time to be casting it. All right. I'm going to play this land out because it forces them to play around the most, like if they want to. Because they could have gotten like... They probably just got Artifact Ramp and they're going to do something big here. All right, Chrome Mox. Yep. I mean, if we're lucky, they'll play out like, I don't know, something that we can kill with like Izzet Charm. I doubt it, though. I do think I fetch here. And the reason being, I just don't want to draw another... I don't want to draw this land, so okay. And I can now cast Spell Pierce, so if they try to go off this turn, I can win. Possibly. Now I want an aggro control threat. I am going to play this out. They have shown their predilection for casting draw 7s, and it plays around Days on Pierce or something like that. My hand is not great right now. No thanks. Please go ahead, sir. I mean, I could cast down a 2/2, but I think if they Tinker or something like that for a Blightsteel, it's better to leave the Banisher Priest in available to us, right? I'm obviously repping Counter Magic right now. Well, I am trying very hard to rep Counter Magic. I obviously have 0 Counter Magic. They're going to try to do something here. Okay. That is not a Banisher Priest target. What does this get? Probably Vault. Oh, Sensei's Divining Top. Okay. Top is annoying. Alright, guys. I'm going to wait one more turn to attack with the Celestial Colonnade. I already lost the Pierce, so... Well, I used the Pierce, but part of me is thinking in my head, alright, yep, go ahead and look, is thinking that, like, maybe I need to get two Celestial Colonnade hits in, bring them down to 10, and then try to bolt them out with Burst and Lightning Helix. Another part of me is thinking, like, maybe I need to try to go long and draw up to 7, and then, like, use Library to control the game. But they have a top, so, like, pretty much anything they want, they're going to be able to find, right? Alright, they're going to look again. Alright, whatever, dude. That is cool. Obviously, top with Experimental Frenzy is a combo. Interesting. Maybe I should have just attacked there. I don't know. They look twice? It's weird. I don't know why they did that. Alright, well, you have Wooded Foothills. Cool. So you can shuffle. I mean, you can force me to discard here. What do you got? Alright, go ahead and look. They're going to look one deeper. They didn't like... Well, wait a second. They didn't get to see the third card down, which is odd. I think he would have looked first and then shuffled it. Because the mana does not seem to be a restriction for them. So I do believe they are some sort of Storm deck. Which means we are going to kind of want our aggro control draw. I haven't seen Tinker. Like, I kind of was thinking Tinker, but I don't think Tinker anymore. I think they're on like a Storm deck that likely like just runs a lot of Artifact. Mana. Why do they keep on looking with top? Oh, okay. This makes sense. Draw it then, look. Alright, cool. I like the top trick. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. I think I do just throw the Burst Lightning at their face at the end of this turn, guys. Okay. Alright, there you go. Enjoy. Palace Jailer. They can counter this if they'd like. They are at 6 cards, so a lot can go wrong here, guys. I'm not going to say otherwise. Very much could go wrong here. But I don't have my counterspell. I can lie about it only so long. They are going to eventually overwhelm me with cards, so I just got to get a plan down. And I can still... Alright, yep, look at your top. I can still Lightning Helix them here to go up a little bit on life. And maybe I do it on their turn to keep the storm count lower. Because they're black-red, which means they could also... Well... Let's just see what happens here. I don't want to just do it on my turn. I mean, so what it plays around if I do it on my turn is it plays around storm count, which I don't think is going to be hugely relevant. If they can go for it, they can go for it. And it's going to be a matter of, like, probably not... it's not going to be a matter of storm count. They're just going to go for it if they can, right? All right, yep, look. Look at your third card. Cool. Okay, draw. Okay. Let's see what this does. I don't want him to plus it prematurely. Alright, let's see what happens here. I mean, we could get through the breach or something. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I assume they're storming off in some way here. They've got to be an empty the Warrens deck or a Tendrils deck. Maybe I wanted to wait and banish her. I think I wanted the 2 extra damage. I don't know, guys. Maybe I really wanted the 2 extra damage off of that. I don't know. Alright, they're going to draw here. Paradoxical Outcome's not in the cube, right? Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, yep. Cool. Okay. Okay. I still have my Magma Jet in deck. They actually know about that too. All right, Twist is fine because I have a bad hand. I'm just. Oh, they twisted who? Me? Oh, Warrens. Okay, Warrens for. Okay, whatever. That's fine, I think. Okay. Why would they mind twist me? They want. Oh, they want to recast it. I don't know what's happening here. This is a really weird game. Are they going to brain freeze me? Okay, they're going to brain freeze me to death. Do I want to allow them to do this? Do I have a way to stop this? Or am I just dead? So this is 4 spells before. So 4 times 3, 12, plus 3 is down to 1. So this is 4 spells before, so I get 1 more draw step. I can't actually do this responsibly. So this is 4 before, it's 4. 4 times 3, 12, plus 3 is down to 1. Gosh, guys, I really actually don't think I can responsibly do this. I can do 4. The jet still doesn't kill them. Shit. I think I have to concede here, unfortunately. I'm going to concede because I don't think I can actually beat them. I mean, I die on my Sweltering Suns may be good in this matchup. Well, I still have Wrath. Maybe I want... Well, Moat does it too. Okie doke. Maybe we just play Goblin Guide in this deck. Like, maybe we just jam Guide and just try to, out-aggro them. Could also play Armageddon. They didn't appear to have a lot of counter magic. Yeah, maybe we just go really low to the ground, like Dauntless Bodyguard, like just not very good cards, but like just aggressive cards. Like Wall of Omens can probably go. Recruiter is kind of marginal, but it finds something. It's fine, I think. What does Nahiri do for me? Not really all that much. I mean, she's still a looter. She's still D's. I think I'm still going to leave Banisher in, but I think I'm going to just cast him more aggressively in this next game. Jace may actually not be that great in this matchup. I mean, it's kind of weird to say. Although, yeah, no, I don't think Jace is that good, honestly. That's really weird to say. I mean, do I still want Moat in here, though? You know what, I'm going to cut Moat. I'm going to cut Moat and put in Jace. Alright, so we're putting in some bad cards, some like actively bad cards, just to have like turn 1 plays. I think I have to mulligan this. Alright, this hand's a lot better. Keep. I'm going to bottom that, actually, because I'm playing Signet out either way next turn, and Signet actually puts Oriel out on the same turn. That's kind of the draw I want. I want to get Oriel out really fast and just start beating down. You know, like Mind Twist for 1. Oh, they're going to Night's Whisper. Oh, Fractos Signet. Okay, cool. Alright, Aurella, go. And they could have a Sower, but I have Magma Jet for that. Or I could just, bounce it back with Caracas. Hopefully they just Sower this thing. I'm actually totally cool with that. Looks like they're not going to. They're going to twist my hand. Oh, they're going to cast this thing out. Okay. Alrighty. I mean, another option here. They have 5 cards in hand. I'm just going to put this dude down. Play out Geist. Okay, top. So luckily the top is not 0 mana, so they can always play top off of the top, obviously, which allows them to draw a lot of cards, but they're very mana bound with that. It's just going to be a Wheel of Fortune. No, it's an X spell. Alright, so they're going to get rid of the Geist. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and burn their face here. And then we can fire up the Wandering Fumarole. We're going to bottom both of these. Nope, not that. Just switch his power and toughness, please. Alright, very dead next turn, so win this turn. Make it Sower. Alright, now they're dead to my hand if they can't win this very turn, so what are you going to do? Hopefully not win. And you Brain Freeze me out. Actually, they could not Brain Freeze me out because on my upkeep I could just cast Helix, right? So, like, if they try to Geyser, or not Geyser, but, it is basically Geyser, but if they try to, Brain Freeze me, then when I go to my upkeep, I have a stop there, obviously. I'll just cast Lightning Helix and win. Right, unless they have counter magic. All right, so they're playing all their mana, so they obviously they have something else, I guess. We shall see. Got him. All right, guys. Mono Fair Jeskai. Control / aggro control. It's sideboarded both ways. I mean, because it could sideboard into a more aggro deck with Goblin Guide. I had a lot of fun playing that deck, though. I'll give it that. I really, even personally, I know I've drafted a lot of white and white-black Death and Taxes in the cube recently because the deck's always open, and I do think the deck's good. But I even get tired of it from time to time. I do like to draft well for you guys. I think we had a good draft here. It wasn't the best deck that we have drafted yet, but we were really open with our mana picks, and based on the very high density of great fixing we got, we got to play a wider array of cards. And I wouldn't have considered playing Arella, but actually I was kind of impressed by her. She's a very powerful 4-drop. We had some cool games, and I think we actually at the end of the day had a pretty cool grindy interactive deck that could sideboard into more of an aggro control plan, as we did against Storm there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the games and the draft, and hopefully we'll be back for more relatively soon. All right, guys, take care now, and I hope you enjoyed and have a great new year. Later.